Hi there, this is Professor Bunting. I wanted to kind of touch bases with you as we wrap up the semester. I know that the semesters that the college is on is not quite the same as the semesters or quarters that you guys are on in the high schools, but we are getting to the end of spring semester. Actually, spring semester classes ended today. Actually, they ended yesterday. Was the last day of classes. Exam week begins today and runs through next week. So what we need to be getting done now are the last few items on the course. You have finished actually the hardest part of the research paper. Those of you that turned in steps 1, 2, 3, and 3 pretty much have the major part of your paper done. I encourage you, though, to go back and look at the comments that I made, because on some of them, I may have told you, add more information, change this around. I may have made comments that you're going to want to make sure you fix those before you put that information into your paper. The last part of the ethical argument is the opposition, and that paper is due on the 29th. That would be Friday, tomorrow, by midnight. I would plan on looking at those right away on Saturday morning and getting them back to you, because you'll need that information. This is a shorter section, maybe 100, 150 words, where you talk about the main opposition argument and then you refute it. So that's about all you have to do. I have put some stuff up on Canvas that tells you how I want you to put the entire paper together. So basically what you're going to be doing now is taking steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. Step 1 is really only that one question about the information, the background. I think it's question number 6. So you take that, you put it into your paper, and I've got a page on there that shows you how to do that. So you're taking step 1, adding step 2, adding step 3, adding step 4, writing a conclusion, and then going back and editing and making sure that you've got the right citations. Some of you needed more citations in your guided writing, and that was not required at the time, so put those in. Make sure that you've got enough support. So when you put all of this together, you should end up with a paper somewhere between 1,100 and 1,200 words. If you find that you're short and that you didn't really put the effort into the guided writing that you should have, you're going to have a little bit of writing to do over the weekend. This paper is due May 2nd, which is Monday, at 11:30 p.m. When I figure out the grades for this paper, basically what happens is the whole paper is worth 20% of your final grade. 10% of that is the pre-writing activities, step 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you've done well on steps 1 through 4, basically you've got a good grade for half of your paper. If you did not turn in steps 1 through 4, then you've got a problem, because that's 10% of the 20%. 50% of the research paper was that information. So you can't turn it in now. It's pointless to be doing the guided writing questions after the paper's supposed to be completed. So just do the best you can. Turn in the last one, which is due Friday, and then you're done with the writing. I've closed off all of the assignments. I'm not taking any late assignments at this point. The research paper, Monday, and then it's going to close, so you can't submit it after Monday at 11:30. Now let's talk about the final exam for a minute. Final exam starts today. It's open today, and it will remain open until Monday at 11:30. You don't need to be proctored or in a classroom. You can take it at home. You can use your books. You can use your notes. The only caveat is that you only have 90 minutes, and there's 50 questions. The questions come directly from the test bank. A lot of them you've seen before in the quizzes. You want to go back and review the quizzes. That's a good way to review for the test. Also, I've given you an outline of the subjects that are covered on the final. There will be a few questions on grammar, not major grammar, but fragments and run-ons, and punctuation and capitalization. And there's some lessons on Canvas that cover those. If you've forgotten what they are, you might want to review those. That's about it. I enjoyed working with you guys this semester. Some of you have done excellent work and written some really good papers. Others of you are struggling with the difference between maybe the college expectations and what you've been doing in high school. So I really, really encourage you to get this paper done on time, the research paper. Make sure it's done correctly. Make sure you read all of the instructions I've posted on Canvas. I've given the assignment details, how many citations you need, how many quotes you need, how many signal phrases you need, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you read that over as you start putting your paper together. I'm hoping that those of you that have done steps 1 through 4 and taken your time and done a good job with those, and there are a few of you that have done a great job with those, you should find this an easy task. It's not like you're writing the entire paper from scratch. You've got the information there. You're just putting it together. So if you have any questions, send me an email. I will be on campus today, most of the day, probably from 10 to about 2. And tomorrow, probably from 11 to 1, something like that. So if you need to stop by or give me a call, I'll be there. Okay, thanks a lot. And semester's almost over. You should have your final grades sometime on Tuesday if all goes well for me. Thanks. Bye-bye.